Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out to our dumpling class here at Maymay. This is one of my favorite things that I get to do for my job, so I'm so glad you're all here. Has anyone here ever been to Maymay Street Kitchen, our food truck, before? Okay, and has anyone here ever been to Maymay Restaurant before? Okay, so we've got a lot of first timers. That's amazing. This class, again, it's so much fun, and I think it's a great way to get to know our business and our family. So super excited that you all are here. My name is Irene, and I am one of the co-founders and now the owner of our family of businesses. And before we get started, I want to give you just a little bit of background on our business, on this class, and on why we're so obsessed with dumplings. We first opened the business in 2012. We put our food truck on the road, and because the truck originally was our big brother Andy's idea, he invited his two little sisters to join him to start the business, and we strong-armed him into naming the business after us. Maymay means little sister in Chinese, and so of course he agreed. Terrible mistake, but he can't take it back now. So we really started the truck to sort of communicate our Chinese heritage and also the fact that we grew up in Boston and we love all different kinds of food. So our food gets called a lot of different names: Chinese American food, multicultural Asian food, and of course, if you've ever eaten a double awesome, you know Chinese food with cheese. Cheese is not typical to Chinese food, but we grew up here eating pizza and mozzarella sticks, and we love it pretty much more than anything. So when we first got on the road, we thought that we were going to be basically a fusion modern dumpling truck. We figured everybody loves dumplings. Dumplings make the world go round. Every culture has its own delicious thing wrapped in stuff and then fried or boiled and covered in sauce. And so we thought dumplings would be the perfect way to sort of express our point of view in a way that was really accessible and of course delicious. So when we got on the road, it only took us about 2 days to sell through about 2 weeks of backstocked dumplings. And so what we had to do was pivot, which I think is what you call it when you've made a terrible mistake and you have to rethink everything. So that's actually how the scallion pancake sandwich came about. We were panicking and had to put something on the menu. And now, as you can see from looking at our restaurant menu, that's one of the main components of the food that we serve, those scallion pancake sandwiches. So when we made that switch, we knew that in the future we wanted to have a restaurant where we could make as many dumplings as we wanted. At that time, we had been making dumplings from scratch, by hand, rolling out every single dumpling wrapper, and that just wasn't working for us, and today you'll find out why. So once the restaurant finally opened, we had this great space where we could not only use a huge prep basement, but we could also use the dining room to throw parties and have classes. People started asking us about dumpling classes pretty much from the moment we opened our business. But once the restaurant was open in 2013, we decided that we wanted to have dumpling classes here and utilize this really nice space to provide one of our favorite childhood memories to some of our guests. So when we were kids, our parents, for Lunar New Year or someone's birthday, they would make a bunch of dumpling filling and invite everyone from neighbors to friends to extended family over to the house, and we would all sit around with a big tub of dumpling filling in the middle of the table, and we would tell jokes and gossip and fold lots and lots of dumplings. Then half of the dumplings would get cooked so that we could eat them right away, and then the other half would go in the freezer. At the end of the party, by the time everything was cleaned up, the dumplings were frozen solid and everyone was able to take a bag home with them. So dumplings to eat, dumplings to take home, that's still the best kind of party I can think of. And so that's the kind of party we are going to have here today. A couple words about the flow of class. The first thing we're going to do is make some traditional-ish pork dumplings. You all are going to make the filling from scratch, and then we are going to come around and teach you some of our favorite dumpling shapes. As you can see, there are trays on your table as well as pork ingredients, and so we're going to mix that pork filling up. And then we will have you give us all those dumplings. The kitchen will cook them, and we're going to bring out a second filling, our famous potato pierogi filling, and then you'll make another set of dumplings. Finally, you'll have some dumplings to eat. We'll set up a little sauce bar so that you can try lots of different things on your dumplings. And then we'll have a few other little treats, a quick demo, and then we will send you home with all of your dumplings. As you can see, we use pre-made dumpling wrappers for the classes. We find that it's a lot easier to teach really cool shapes when you have a very sturdy pre-made dumpling wrapper. We switched to these dumpling wrappers when we opened the restaurant, and I think that once you see how easy they are to work with compared to dough made from scratch, you will understand why. A couple words, we think that all dumplings are beautiful, and for many of you, you are making your first dumplings ever, and so we just want to see you all have fun. Every time we teach this class, we see some shapes that we have never seen before, and so after we teach you sort of the basics, we are going to invite you to freestyle and make whatever shape dumplings you would like, and the weirder the better. So this concludes our regularly scheduled programming. Once again, I want to thank you on behalf of the entire May team for coming out so early in the morning to fold dumplings with us. We hope you had an amazing time, and our goal is for you to leave with the skills and confidence to throw your own dumpling party at home for your friends and loved ones. So if you do that, we would love to see the pictures. If you have questions or need help, please feel free to email us. We have all of your dumplings in bags ready to go, and we also have some other little presents for you to choose from. If you aren't a pin or tote bag person, take one anyway and re-gift it. We totally support that. And then the very last thing that we want to say is, as a small family business, we really rely on word of mouth to keep our business healthy. People telling their friends, oh, you have to go check out this place, May. That is like the most effective marketing that we could ever wish for. And so if you're someone who likes to write Yelp reviews, we would be honored to receive a Yelp review about your experience today. And if you don't write Yelp reviews, please just consider telling a friend that you had some fun making dumplings here at May. We do these classes for corporate groups, for bachelorette get-togethers, of course for family gatherings, and we hold these ticketed classes every couple weeks. So we would love to have you help us spread the word about this class. All right, thank you so much.